the truth made you feel uncomfortable? I have seen the truth make some MAGA followers call the truth tellers names, say you're a liar, or make other insults that are really nasty. It did on this post I made. Yeah, the one you are seeing right here that hit 105,000 views is still climbing, and 60,000 more views in an animated form. And MAGA came unglued. They said I was lying, called me delusional, said I must be off my rocker. But here's the thing. When you make a claim, you bear the burden of proof, and I can prove every line of this post with facts, with sources, with reality, because unlike MAGA, I actually do the work. Let's break it down. Reagan had 2 official U.S. recessions. January to July 1980 and July 1981 to November 1982. My source, National Bureau of Economic Research. Bush Sr. had a recession from July 1990 to March 1991. My source, National Bureau of Economic Research. Clinton balanced the budget. He ran surpluses from 1998 to 2001, and it wasn't just because the Republicans were in power. He worked with the Republicans, unlike them refusing to work with the other side usually. Ginsburg said he was one of the greatest minds he had ever seen, and that he learned economics very quickly and brilliantly. My source? Congressional Budget Office. Bush, or better known as W, the Great Recession, the housing crash, and financial deregulation triggered the recession in December 2007. What's my source? Federal Reserve history. Obama rescued the economy. He passed the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act in 2009. Unemployment dropped from 10% to 4.7%. What's my source? The Bureau of Labor Statistics. Now, Trump added $7 trillion to the deficit. Employment at 14.7%. National debt went from 19.9 trillion to 27.7 trillion. Trillions were wasted on tax breaks for the rich. Unemployment, it peaked at 14.7% in April 2020. My sources, U.S. Treasury and Bureau of Labor Statistics. Contrary to what the most despicable and evil liars say, Biden rescued the economy, showing the fastest economic growth in history. The GDP grew 5.7% in 2021. It was the fastest since 1984. Unemployment dropped to 3.5% by 2022. My sources, the Bureau of Economic Analysis and BLS. MAGA keeps making claims but never backs them. That's because they are real liars. Why? Because it takes intellect and integrity to carry the burden of proof. I have never seen one MAGA person bear the burden of proof. That is because they are ignorant and they are cowards. They are terrified to admit that they are wrong. I once was in their camp, but I had the courage, unlike them, to admit I was wrong. Today I took the burden seriously and I delivered. So now the question flips. If you still reject this data, what does that say about you? It means truth doesn't matter to you. Only the lie that flatters your side makes you feel right, huh? Even though you are wrong? And if that's the case, then the issue isn't economic literacy. It's moral failure on your part. You don't love America. You just love your team. Even when it burns the country down. I'm telling you, choose truth or admit that you have committed yourself to a lie.